Hello, my dear friends. Hope you all are doing good. This is your host and host Santosh, and I welcome you to your channel Alpha Global. So, friends, today we have got an interesting topic. The topic is to learn on issue of securities on private placement basis. Yes, it is a very interesting topic, and you know that this is one of the modes of raising funds by the companies. So, let us quickly cover what does it mean, what is the governing sections and the rules, and what are the key highlights of such sections and the procedural aspects for private placement. Let us get started. So, what is private placement? Private placement in simple terms means it is just an offer or invitation which has been made to a select group of persons, and these persons are identified by the board of directors itself to subscribe to the securities of the company offered by the company. Okay, now when an offer or invitation is made, the private placement, it has to be made only in under section 42 of the Companies Act, and also the rules, that is company's prospectus and allotment of securities rules, rule 14 thereunder. So this is a simple definition of private placement. Now, just to make a differentiation between private placement and rights issue in terms of understanding is that when you go for rights issue, the securities which are offered are only to the existing shareholders of the company, whereas in case of private placement, offer is made to a select group of persons, and these persons may or may not be the shareholders, and it can be any other persons also. So that is the difference. So now we will quickly run through the key highlights of the section 42 as well as the rule 14. The first point is already covered, that is private placement is governed by section 42 and rule 14. Now, when securities are being offered, you know that it has to be given to a select group of identified persons which are identified by the board. Now, in private placement under section 42, there are certain restrictions. What are the maximum number to whom the securities can be offered is maximum 200 persons in aggregate to whom you can offer the securities private placement. Now, this 200 persons shall not include the qualified institutional buyers as well as employees to whom securities are offered as ESOPs under section 62(1)(b). So, in simple terms, to understand that when you want to offer the securities under private placement, the total number of the 200 persons shall not include QIBs and employees. But in case if the company offers securities more than 200 persons, then what will happen? It will be, the effect will be that the offer will be deemed to be considered as a public offer and not it will be a private placement offer. Now, coming to other points which you have to keep it in mind is that in private placement you can see, in private placement we talk about the word as securities and it is not about shares. So securities means it can include shares, equity shares, preference shares, debentures, or any such other security which has been defined under section 2 of the Securities Contracts Regulations Act. Now, let us understand with an example that a company can issue multiple type of securities under section 42, and the limit of the 200 persons shall be counted separately for each classes of securities. Now, what does this mean is that let us assume that you have a company, you want to issue the securities which will be a class of security is equity shares, and the shares which are being offered under private placement are equity shares is in process. Now, that does not stop a company from issuing the another classes of securities like the preference shares or the debentures to other classes of the security holders. So, in short, what it tries to say this section 42 is that the counting of the 200 persons is not counted for all type of the securities, whereas it will be counted separately and individually for each type of securities. So in short, if your company wants to issue securities which will be equity securities under private placement, the 200 persons limit will be counted separately. If it wants to issue preferential shares, or if it wants to issue the debentures, then on all these different classes of securities, 200 persons limit will be counted separately, and this has to be kept in mind. This is a very important point. Now the question comes of how to issue the private placement offer. So you know that a private placement, if you want to do, a company wants to make a private placement of securities, then it has to issue the offer cum application to the persons, relevant persons, that is which has been identified in form PAS 4, and such PAS4 form will be serially numbered and it will be sent to the respective address. But before issuing or before circulating the PAS4 form, you need to make sure that the necessary board or the shareholders resolutions which are required for the purpose of approving such private placement offer is required to be approved, and such resolutions are also required to be filed with the regulatory authorities, that is ROC. So this is a prerequisite which you have to keep it in mind before you go ahead and circulate the form PAS4. We will talk about this in detail about the procedural aspects at a later stage. Now, other point under section 42 you have to bear in mind is that the private placement, you shall not carry any kind of rights of renunciation. So what is rights of renunciation? It is nothing but, if let's assume that I am a person, I am a company which wants to offer the securities to you, that is private placement of securities to you, and you do not wish to subscribe that securities, but you want to transfer that right or renounce your right and give it to somebody else to subscribe that securities, that option will not be possible in private placement. It means that if I am offering the securities to you, you need to either subscribe or you can leave it, but you cannot renounce your rights in favor of any other person to subscribe to that securities. So this is a main difference between private placement and rights issue, where rights issue there is a right of renunciation, whereas in private placement there is no right of renunciation. I hope this point is clear. Now we will move forward in terms of what are the other requirements under the private placement. You know that in private placement you are required to open one separate bank account so that the money when you receive from the respective applicants which has been identified persons, that money can be deposited in that separate bank. So one of the requirement is that you are required to open one separate bank account with one of the scheduled bank, so that the whenever the money is received along with the application form, either it can be in form of a check or demand draft or banking channels, the amount can be credited into the respective bank account. So this is another some requirements. Now there are some more requirements in under section 42 and rule 14. What it states is that, please read this point very clearly, no fresh offer or invitation of a class of security under section 42 is possible unless earlier private placement offer or invitation for such class of security is completed by allotment or by or the offer is withdrawn or abandoned. Please note that the statement what here is not a statement of or any provision from section 42. It is the understanding of the section 42 which we have tried to reproduce it in a simple language. We will make it more simple in terms of explanation. So what does this point it says is that, as I told you, you keep it in mind that when we talk about security can include any it can include shares, it can include debentures or any other security also. So for the purpose of understanding, imagine that you have your company has one equity shares as a one class of the security, preference shares as a one class of security, debentures as a one class of security. So what the section 42 tries to say is that, let us assume that you have already issued equity shares under the private placement and the offer is already ongoing and it is still not yet completed in terms of allotment, or it is neither withdrawn or abandoned. In such situation, if you want, your company wants to come out with another fresh offer of securities in equity shares category, then this will not be possible until you complete the former securities or equity securities which has been offered in terms of allotment, or you get it withdrawn or abandoned, either ways. So in short, if already one category of the class of security is already been initiated in terms of offer or invitation is given, such offer or invitation is required to be completed, or it has to be withdrawn. Only thereafter the next fresh offer or invitation can be given. But it doesn't mean that the company cannot issue any other classes of securities like the preference shares or the debentures in the given example to the other identified persons under the private placement basis. So I hope this makes it very clear that you have a liberty to issue the securities or different classes of securities, but make sure that if you are issuing any specific class of security, the former offer or invitation has to get closed. Only thereafter the fresh offer can be made. I hope this point makes it very clear to you. Now, coming to other aspects, you have to also bear in mind that when you do private placement, then you cannot give any kind of the promotional activities like advertisement to the public, or you cannot use any other modes of media activities or marketing activities or distribution of information passing through agents, or as the case may be, of promoting of such kind of the offer, because if that is the case, that will violate the requirements of the section 42. So please ensure that when you do private placement, it has to be restricted in a way that it does not lead to any kind of the advertisement to the public, because this is not a public offer. Now, another points what you have to keep it in mind is that once, let's assume that if the money has already come into the bank account of the company cannot go ahead and utilize that amount until and unless it makes the necessary allotment of the securities and start filing the necessary return with the registrar of companies. So one of the prerequisite is that the company has to make sure that the necessary allotment is done of the securities to the respective persons, and also a return has to be filed with the ROC. Only after that the company is free to utilize the funds for the respective purpose for which it has raised it. There are some more aspects which is necessary under the private placement. Company is also required to keep a record of all the necessary private placement offers which is made from time to time or whenever it is made in form PAS 5. Now, the point what you have to also remember is that the limit of 200 persons to whom private placement offer is made shall not be applicable to any non-banking financial companies or housing financial companies, because these companies are generally registered with RBI and NHB under the specific regulations. So thereby a specific regulations will be applicable. However, if such regulations are silent, then these companies also have to comply with the requirements under section 42. The other points which you have to keep it in mind is that a company may issue the private placement offer in PAS 4 only after passing the necessary shareholders resolutions in a meeting and approving such proposal and resolutions are filed with the a company may issue private placement offer in PAS 4 only after passing the shareholders resolutions in the relevant meetings, approving such proposal and resolutions are filed with ROC. So basically it is nothing but you would definitely require a shareholders resolution in terms of filing PAS in order to get the private placement offers approved. But however, there are also certain exceptions which we will talk about it. See, in case, imagine that there is a security which is you are going to offer is a non-convertible debentures which includes non-convertible debenture. So in such situation, you know that debentures is one of the modes of borrowings which company does. So every company will have some kind of the borrowing powers, and the borrowing powers are specified under section 180 of the Companies Act, which you are already aware. So one point which you have to keep it in mind is that in case if you are making a private placement offer and the security which you are planning to offer is a non-convertible debentures, so you have to keep it in mind two important aspects. One is that whether the borrowing limits which is specified under 180 for every respective company, it will be different, the borrowing limits. So if the borrowing limits which the amount which you are planning to raise through NCDs in private placement is whether higher than the borrowing limit or is it within the borrowing limit. Now there are two possibilities. In case if the company's borrowing limit is, let's assume it is 5 crore and the amount which it intends to raise through NCDs under private placement is 10 crores, in that case the limit is beyond the borrowing limit. In that situation, a special resolution is required to be passed in the general meeting, and such resolution shall be sufficient for all kind of the offers made during the year for the limits above the section 180 of the Companies Act. Now what is the other aspect is that in case if the company is having the borrowing limits and the amount which it intends to raise through NCDs is within that limit, in that situation you don't have to go with a special resolution, and only a board resolution would be sufficient, and this is only in case of NCDs, and thereafter the board resolution filing should suffice the requirement, and there is no need to file the special resolution. So I hope this point makes it clear that this is the only one of the exceptions which you have to keep it in mind. Now we will quickly run through the procedural aspects under the issue of securities under private placement. First point is that you need to issue the notice and agenda of the board meeting, convene the board meeting and pass certain resolutions. The resolutions will be on proposal to issue the securities. Now the proposal to issue securities issue of securities, as you may be aware, is under section 179(3)(c). Now what the securities will be is that you're issuing the securities under private placement reference to section 42. You also have to identify the list of the persons to whom the securities are planning to be provided, and you have to approve the draft offer letter in PAS 4 in the board meeting. Thereafter, you need to pass the resolution deciding the date, time, venue, holding of the general meeting. Generally, it will be extraordinary general meeting unless the timing coincide in a way that it is AGM time, and in such case the AGM you can propose this. You can pass the necessary resolutions. Now the next resolution which you have to pass is that passing of the resolution for opening of a bank account. You can pass the resolution in this board meeting so that once the approval is done at the shareholders meeting, then thereafter you can go ahead and open the bank account. Now the third step will be convening of the general meeting. It can be EGM or AGM as the case may be, and pass the special resolution for approval of the offer letter in form PAS 4. One point which you would like to keep it in mind is that if the private placement is made for securities which includes the non-convertible debentures, in such situation the special resolution is subject to the limits which has been discussed earlier. That is, if it is within 181C the borrowing limits, then only board resolution should be sufficient. However, if it is exceeding the borrowing limits, then you would require to pass a special resolution. So please keep that in mind. Next step would be you have to file MJT 14. Now this is a board resolution under 179(3)(c) and or special resolution with ROC within the prescribed timelines. So as soon as you get the necessary shareholders approval is done, you have to go ahead and file the necessary resolutions. I would like to bring one point to your notice here is that private limited companies are granted some kind of the exemption pursuant to notification dated June 5, 2015, where section 117(3)(g) is not applicable. So thereby 179 is also not applicable, and also section 180 is also not applicable to private limited companies. But one point you have to note in mind is that there is a sub rule 8 under rule 14 of companies prospectus and allotment of securities under private placement, which says that the company is the private limited company is required to file board resolution or special resolution under 179(3)(c). So it means that even if there is an exemption given, since the rules under the for the private placement requires that the private limited company have to file resolutions under 179(3)(c), therefore we are of view that you have to go ahead and file at least a shareholder resolution immediately as soon as the approval of PAS 4 is done or the offer letter is done with ROC, so that you can be in compliance with the rules, private placement rules, which has been under the company's prospectus and allotment of securities. Next, the next step would be once the necessary special resolution has been passed in the general meeting, thereafter you can proceed with opening the bank account of the company, the formalities with the scheduled bank, and keep the things everything ready, and thereafter you can also initiate the circulating of the offer letter in PAS 4 to the identified persons. The next step would be company have to wait for the necessary application forms which has to be filled in PAS 4 itself by the applicants, and they have to return the forms and the applications along with the necessary check, demand draft, or any other banking mode by which the payment of subscription amount can be is made to the company. So once this activity is done, thereafter the subscription amount will be credited to the company's bank account or the bank account where the money is there, which is for the purpose of private placement of securities for which has been opened, and on receipt of subscription amount the company is required to issue notice and agenda for convening another board meeting. Now the second board meeting which has been held, this board meeting will be for passing the necessary resolutions for allotment of the securities to those people from whom this offer and application has been received along with the necessary money. So once this process is over, the company is also required to maintain a record of the private placement offers in form PAS5 and also complete the formalities of filing form PAS3 with ROC on allotment of securities within 15 days. Please note that when you file PAS3, as of now the timeline is 15 days. This, if it has been undergone change anytime after hereafter, this is as on current state, current timelines, but if it undergoes change, you may have to take note of such changes accordingly from time to time. One more point which you have to note in mind is that when you do allotment of securities, the securities has to be allotted to the respective people who has applied on receipt of the necessary subscription amount within 60 days. So you have to ensure that the 60 days is not crossed, otherwise you have to refund the money within next 15 days thereafter. So this is one point. So make sure that you file the necessary PAS3 and the necessary attachments within the prescribed timelines. After this, please go ahead and issue the necessary share certificates within 60 days from the date of allotment of securities and update the statutory registers. So friends, I hope that you have quickly understood the private placement process. And one important point which we would like to, two, three important points which you have to take in note is that listed companies, they have to comply with SEBI ICDR regulations or any such other regulations if it is applicable, in addition to the compliances under this Companies Act and the rules. And for private limited companies, section 117(3)(g) and 100 which further connects to section 179 is not applicable, and also section 180 is not applicable pursuant to June 5 notification. However, since the sub rule 8 of rule 14 requires that the private limited companies have to file a copy of a board or special resolution under 179(3)(c) for the purpose of private placement of securities, you may note that this is our view that you have to at least go ahead and file a special resolution with the rest of the companies under 179(3)(c). This we are talking is reference to private limited companies only. Okay, any such other companies other than private limited companies, they have to go ahead and file even the board resolution as well as the special resolution with ROC. So these are certain points on private placement. We hope that you have liked this video on private placement, you have understood this. If you really have liked the video, please click on the like and share and subscribe to this video. Share the video and subscribe to our channel, and we look forward for your support from time to time. So thank you so much for bearing with us for a while and understanding the process of private placement. On a separate note, also I would like to inform you viewers is that Alpha Global channel is no doubt in the process of sharing knowledge which will be a learning for our viewers, but we are also thinking that every person should also have intention of learning as well as earning. Thereby we have a plan to come out with integrating in our channel about certain aspects other than learning also, which talks about earning, like earning ideas in terms of how you can earn the money from the stock market, or how you can help in growing your wealth in terms of investments. It can be in form of mutual funds, insurance, or any such other thing. So we will possibly try to integrate in our video about learning and earning both from time to time by coming in new videos on finance and also learning on the law aspects. So we look forward for your support. So we will more details, we will give it to you once we are ready with that, and we will come out with you and give an update to you in the coming days. Okay, so thank you so much for the time being. This is just a update we wanted to quickly let you know about it, that we are intended to provide you legal consulting as well as the financial consultations, which will help our viewers to learn as well as earn and be an overall benefit to you. So on this note, I would take your leave. Thank you so much, and please do like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.